Hello, it's Kurt. We have another shore dive from Grand Cayman off of the Maca Bucca. If I didn't narrate, all we'd have is bubbles and breathing, and that gets a bit old after a while, so I'll mute that. Right away, we come upon a fairly large, looks to be a hawksbill turtle, and unlike the little guy we filmed in the previous video, he was a bit shy. He kept an eye on us, and we trailed at a respectful distance. And any attempt to catch up, and he did not like that. So he put on the flippers and pulled away from us a bit. Linda loves her turtles, no doubt. The reef off Maca Bucca, as heavily dived as it is actually in pretty nice shape. The divers there tend to be pretty aware of the reef, and they take care not to damage it. Beautiful colors, especially when they're illuminated. Depth here is about 50 to 60 feet. There's John in the background chilling out. These angels are exceptionally common in the Caymans, and they get to be pretty good sized. Huge sponges. This is one of the larger ones in the vicinity. This fleshy coral fascinated me. I always like the corals that aren't necessarily stony. They tend to have a meaty texture to them, but we keep our hands clear. And that compares to the stony corals as seen here. Beautiful juveniles inhabit the stony corals and the sponges. Chromuses everywhere. Probably the most common fish on the reef. Here's a lone raccoon butterfly. Normally you see these guys in pairs, but this fellow's alone for some reason. And one of the happier finds is Linda's favorite fish. She's a juvenile spotted drum. They tend to swim very erratically. They pace almost back and forth, back and forth. I don't know if he's being territorial or just simply displaying, but they are cool. Linda likes. Unusually, we found this scorpion fish in the sand. Normally they're well hidden in the rocks and almost impossible to see. He did not like me being this close to him, but he knew he was poisonous and well defended, so he just stared at me. As I got in closer and closer, he decided, I've had enough of this. So he begins to kind of fin and hop away. Very cool fish. And very unusual to see him in the open like this. Like the scorpion fish, the flounders are well camouflaged and often impossible to see. As soon as they realize you see them, they're off. They have the ability to change their colors and spots a bit, kind of like an octopus, but not quite with that capability. I'm always amazed at the beauty of such a simple creature as the sponge. They come in so many different colors, and this particular one struck me as being really cool. Groupers are everywhere. Most of them are pretty small, though. The larger ones, I'm guessing, have been fished and eaten. Most of them are about a foot in length, like this one. Beautiful anemone. No clownfish, though. They're a Pacific species. A pair of what I think are called trunkfish hovering next to this sponge. As we start up, we halt our ascent at 15 feet with what's called a safety stop. And often in the safety stop, you see some of the best creatures of a dive. In this case, this little flounder gave us a good chase. Hopefully we didn't harass him too badly. But yeah, the safety stop often has some great sights. We stay there for 3 minutes before we continue our ascent. In this case, I actually found a little stingray just a few feet deep in the rocky surge area where the exit ladder is. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time.